Order the November 20th meeting of the Batavia Park Board of Commissioners to order at 7:01. Council, can you please call the roll?
Riley.
Here.
Dorsey.
Here.
Tillman.
Here.
Gray. Here. Callahan.
Here. All right.
Love it.
So the first item on our agenda is to open a public hearing for the Park Board of Commissioners to receive public comment on the proposed selling of $2,150,000 worth of general obligation tax park bonds for the payment of land condemned or purchased for parks, for the building, maintaining, improving, and protecting of the same, and the existing land and facilities of the Park District, and for the payment of expenses incident thereto, and explained that all persons desiring to be heard would have an opportunity to present oral or written testimony with respect hereto. The reason and purpose for the issuance of these bonds is to fund the 2019 through 2021 capital development plan. Highlights of the capital development plan include renovations at the East Side Center, construction projects at 9 parks, new parking lots at the Quarry and Laurelwood, and renovations at the skate park. This hearing will cover 3 annual bond sales from 2019 through 2021.
There's not a motion for that, right? It's just an open.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we will allow the public to. Is there anyone in the public wishing to address the board on this issue at this public hearing?
Seeing no one, a motion to close the public hearing would be in order.
Okay, seeing none, may I have a motion to close the public hearing?
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Dorsey. Voice vote or roll call? Roll call?
Voice is fine.
Okay. All those in favor, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. Public hearing is adjourned. Are there any additional comments from the commissioners regarding this? I know we had extensive discussions at our retreat and budget retreat, so we've kind of talked about this at length. As for written testimony, we have received none.
We've received none.
Okay. Next item on the agenda.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag
of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
All over the room.
All right.
Yeah, I'll be like, where's the...
Any items to be added, removed, or changed on the agenda?
There are none.
So then I would entertain a motion to approve, to establish the consent agenda as follows. Approve of the minutes for the regular board meeting of October 18th. Approve of the minutes of the executive session of October 16th for both of those. Approve of the meeting minutes of the special board meeting of October 30th. Approve of the paid expenditures, expense report, approval report, investment summary, income statement, and approval of purchases.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Dorsey.
Tillman.
I didn't. Yeah. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Tillman.
Aye.
Dorsey.
Aye.
Riley.
Aye.
Gray. Aye. Callahan.
Aye, motion carries. So I entertain a motion to approve the consent agenda as established.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Dorsey. Any further discussion? All those in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries. All right, next item on the agenda is matters from the commissioners. Anybody wanting to make any comments this evening?
I just wanted to say I was with a group of Batavia mothers this weekend, people that my kids don't go to school with, friend and friend, and I heard 3 different people, not prompted by me, give big kudos to the enrichment program. So just wanted to,
Well done.
and then I had to sign my petition for it. But no, really. But no, I just thought that was great because it's people that I don't, I don't
That's
know them
terrific.
really, and they're like, oh, it's a great program, and I hope they keep it. So good job.
Thank you.
Awesome.
Great feedback, thanks.
Anyone else?
I think you'll probably mention about the event in Chicago, but I was able to attend an event in Chicago for the top workplaces in Chicagoland, and Batavia Park District was on it, and there was a lot of things on the Facebook. So I think the folks that went down had a great time, and it's a third time, right? Third time in a row, which
Yeah.
is remarkable. It's fantastic, and so congratulations to the Park District, senior staff, everybody that voted. And it also reflects on the folks that are the residents. I think it's a great relationship we have.
Thanks for your support.
Awesome. Anyone else? All right, next on the agenda is correspondence. We have 2 pieces of correspondence. A letter of appreciation from Northwestern Medicine Delnor Hospital for Executive Director and EML's assistance with the Magnet community member interviews. And 2, an email from Eric Schaff, member of the Illinois Smallmouth Alliance, thanking the Park District for the improvements and maintenance of the Fox River. Well done. We'll put those on file. And then the moment we always wait for each of these meetings, and that would be the announcements. Katie, would you like to take over?
I would love to. Just a friendly reminder that the Batavia Park District offices will be closed Wednesday, November 22nd through Saturday, November 24th in observation of Thanksgiving holiday. And on behalf of the entire Batavia Park District, we hope you have a wonderful holiday, and we want you to know, all of you out there, how grateful we are for your patronage. And experience the magic of the holiday season at this year's Celebration of Lights Festival on Sunday, November 25th from 5 to 7 p.m. There will be a performance by the Batavia Community Band, free hay rides, roasted chestnuts, a holiday craft activities in several locations, a community sing-along, and much more. And you don't want to forget to stick around so you can meet Santa Claus and also check out our ceremonial tree lighting. The festival is presented by the Batavia Park District in partnership with Lab, Batavia Main Street, the Batavia Chamber of Commerce, and the City of Batavia. And ho, 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 Santa Claus is coming to town on Saturday, December 1st at 8:30 a.m. for the annual Breakfast with Santa. You can visit with the big guy and enjoy a delicious breakfast prepared by the Batavia Lions Club, and then stick around for some family-friendly entertainment. Just a reminder, though, pre-registration is required, so please don't just show up. You can register on our website or give us a call at 630-879-5235. Speaking of the holidays, we have just a few spots left open for our December 2nd Polar Express event at Don Dewar Forest Preserve. Adults with children clad in pajamas are welcomed on a magical journey aboard a private train that's bound for the North Pole. And there will be delicious hot chocolate, a reading of the Polar Express, and a visit from Santa, who will have a special gift for each child. So be sure to register soon for that. And also, we want you to channel your inner Clark Griswold for our holiday house decorating contest. We'll be awarding prizes in 4 categories: most original, best theme, best use of lights, and people's choice. All displays will be judged on Wednesday, December 5th between 6 and 9 p.m. Winners will receive a Batavia Park District prize package, and this contest is for Batavia Park District residents only. Addresses of all entries will be published unless otherwise specified, and the voting for people's choice will be on the district Facebook page beginning December 6th through the 13th. The house with the most likes wins, and the registration deadline is Tuesday, December 4th, and there's just a $5 entrance fee. And of course, if you have any questions, you can reach out to us, give us a call, stop by our website. We'd be happy to help you. Thank you.
Thanks, Katie. So next item on the agenda is staff reports. So any updates staff would like to provide the board?
Well,
Jim, I don't know if you're allowed to talk if you have 2 spots on the agenda. No, it's okay. You can certainly do so, but
That was awesome. I'll skip the second one.
But he's on opioids, so he won't remember.
First hip surgery, folks.
Or medical right now.
I'll give up the second one.
I'm kidding.
I'm kidding. Because actually, this one is a museum report, which I wrote, but then promptly forgot to send to Shelley to put in the packet. So it's the opioid thing.
Because of his hip surgery.
Hard to believe it, but it's on November 19th, the People Museum will be closing for the season. We will be reopening on the 4th of March with the new exhibit being a peek inside Batavia history, featuring little-seen interiors of Batavia homes, schools, and businesses. On the 25th at 6 p.m., they're going to, the Historical Society and the museum staff, and certainly Park District staff, are going to be lighting up the gazebo. Last year, they did the lighting of the caboose, which will have some lights on it again this year, but the fundraiser for the expansion project, they are selling lights on the gazebo, the Gunzenhauser Smith gazebo. And at 6 p.m., that structure will be lit by a relative of the Smith family who originally owned the gazebo on North Batavia Avenue. And last but not least, on the 13th from 6 p.m., December 13th, from 6 to 8 p.m., we're going to have a happy birthday party for Mary Todd Lincoln. Now, she may not show up.
Is she going to be there? If she is, I don't know if I want to
She's
attend.
one crazy party gal.
It's Mary time.
It's her 200th birthday.
Well, she'll be there in
And,
spirit.
we're going to celebrate right here. It will be here in the Bartholomew Room at the Batavia Civic Center. There's a fee of $7. And if you would like to register, you can certainly get a hold of the folks down at the Depot Museum or here at the Civic Center. So thank you very much.
Thank you.
Mitchell.
Well, we're starting to wind down the fiscal year now. Everything is looking in very good shape. We've collected 99% of our taxes. Rec revenue is at 93% of the total fiscal year budget, so everything's going very well there. Our debt service has been paid off, and overall things are in a great place. We're starting to prep for next year now. Field work for the audit will actually be scheduled relatively soon, which is kind of hard to believe since we haven't even finished the budget yet. We will have, now that we've done the BINA hearing, we'll have a bond sale next month in November for the board to approve. And I'd like to take a moment again and thank all staff and commissioners for attending the special budget meeting we had last month. That was, good experience for me, very helpful, and we'll have a budget appropriation ordinance for the board next month for approval in January.
Great.
Well, I won't even try to do as elegant a job as Director Katie Drum did about Celebration of Lights. And I'm going to switch right over to the nuts and bolts of that event. So we came together, we being the entire staff of the district, and we had our work day. Are you going to talk about this?
Not anymore.
Okay. And we put up all the decorations, and then it was last Wednesday. And then we've been tweaking it throughout the week. Today, we were able to finish getting all the lights lit and everything ready for Sunday. I want to give a special nod to the City of Batavia Electric Department, who graciously stepped up to help us with some wiring on the light poles and fix some power issues that we were having. They're a great partner, and thanks a lot, guys. I appreciate it. So I'm looking forward to Sunday. We're going to be doing the chestnuts. The Parks Department offers that. They're free. And we hope the weather will be great and everybody will show up.
Awesome. Looking forward to it.
Thank you.
And just to go off of Eric's, looking at the weather right now, it's supposed to be a high of 57, the low of 45, so the weather should be beautiful. And we hope that everybody comes out. Again, a lot of great work from everybody. It's one of those team efforts, kind of like on a quarry, where everybody kind of gets together, goes out there, and they're in high spirits, so it's very cool.
It's a great day.
Also in the rec world, we're doing basketball. A lot of the basketball stuff has started. First and second grade basketball started on October 21st. We had 22 kids with 4 teams. Our 3rd and 4th grade has started on Saturday, November 10th. We have 87 boys and 48 girls. And then our 7th and 8th grade girls basketball team has started. We got 1, and they're in a league with St. Charles, Sugar Grove, West Chicago, Warrenville, so it should be a good league. We had a very unique class. We had the Crystal Bowls. That was last Saturday at Shannon Hall. We had 30 people, which is always cool. You know, Batavia wants to be trendsetters, and those are the programs that I think are very cool and unique. It brings a different demographic, so we do a great job with that. All of our staff do really good. And also working with Tiffany and Brittany on Quarry online sales. So we're looking to launch that this year, going through some quirks, you know, dealing with the rec track side of it, so hopefully we can offer that to our participants. That's all I got.
Thank you.
So earlier this month, I actually got to attend the IPRA Green Pit Stop workshop. So all of you know I'm the Green Committee Chair, which is a brand new committee here for the Park District. And it was a really amazing experience. There was about, I think, 15 park districts there total. And I really got a lot out of it. And actually, I learned about some free opportunities for us to do a green audit of our district, as well as some energy efficiency audits of our district that are free that may open up some opportunities where we might be eligible for some grants. And so that's something that I will work with my fellow Green Committee members on for some projects that we have in the future. So, so that was really neat for me. Let's see what else. So the Winter Fun Guide is coming out next week, which we're really excited about. It's our first issue that it's going to be featuring our 50th anniversary celebration information. So we've been getting a lot of phone calls, but it'll be arriving November 27th. And then just to kind of give you guys a little snapshot, I don't usually share social media stats with you guys in my report, but oftentimes when we do these sort of photo contests online, particularly on Facebook, we get a huge response from the public. So really quick, I just want to share with you. So last month, at the end of October, we had our Halloween house decorating contest, where we had 30 houses that participated. Well, anyway, due to the online photo contest we did, it resulted in reaching 20,800 people. We had 9,200 post clicks and 5,500 reactions. And it also resulted in about, I think, 300 new people liking our page. And so whenever we do these types of activities, it just brings more exposure to people that live in the Tri-Cities, people that live in Batavia that maybe aren't aware of all our offerings, where programs or special events. So there's a lot of power there with these fun contests we do. And we're doing one right now. So part of Celebration of Lights, you can also vote on your favorite tree right now. You can vote through Saturday at noon on the Facebook page. You can vote for which of the 25 trees you think is the best by liking it. But we'll also have our holiday house decorating contest too in December. So I just wanted to share that with you guys.
Thank you.
And then last but not least, we have our new graphic design and media specialist started just a week ago. Her name is Laura Ferguson, and she's doing an amazing job already and very impressive. And you guys will meet her actually next month at the December meeting.
Awesome.
As well as our new marketing coordinator, Kelly Hagee. So lots of new faces. That's it.
Great.
I would actually like to see those stats on a regular basis.
Oh, you would?
Yes.
Okay.
Because one of the things I do on your report is I focus on the website stats and the web track, because, that's the first thing I look for. So I think it's important. I think it's one of the ways that we're advertising ourselves. We're promoting ourselves, which I've always been a champion of. And I would like to see any and all stats that you can get to put together that really show that impact and have it in this packet, so with other people see it, they can see that impact too. So
I'd be happy to.
Great, thank you.
I think it also justifies the social media position that we have as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Good point.
Anyone else? Okay, Executive Director's report.
All right, so we're going to do a little lights, camera, action. All right, so we've been talking a lot about events that, Houston? Actually, we'll be having a technology update here in a second. That's all right. Steve and I can do a little interpretive dance back and forth.
Right now.
Oh. right. Voila.
Had to turn it on.
Abracadabra. Peanut butter and jelly sandwiches.
Right over here? Aim it this way. Never mind, I
Maybe
got
the
you.
battery?
Maybe.
That's all right. We can roll with it. All right. So this, you'll see, this is our staff Halloween party. We have our activities committee that throws various parties depending on the holiday. And we had some social media, is it fairies?
Social butterflies.
Social butterflies. Sorry. I should know that. Social butterflies, some of the Instagram filter, no filter, flu shot technicians. So you can tell all departments get together. Not everybody dressed up. That's why the people that didn't dress up didn't end up in the picture. But we talk about what makes it a top workplace. Well, the camaraderie. We work really hard, so we play hard. So this is an example of us playing hard for Halloween. And speaking of top workplaces, you'll recognize a lot of the faces. The Better Business Bureau actually sponsors the entire Top Workplace event, which gives a lot of credibility to the Top Workplace event. The Park District ended up being number 48. There were 150 businesses represented, a lot of Fortune 500 companies, and once again, we were only one of 3 municipalities that were even mentioned.
That's awesome.
Another one was a school district, a very small school district, and a library district. So very proud of staff and the chemistry that we've worked so hard to create over the years. And again, it's seasonals. We're talking Hawkesbury Beach staff, camp staff, part-time year-round, and full-time that take the employee engagement survey. So we've come a long way, as all of you know. And here's just a snapshot of everybody that was able to come. We did invite the Bruce the Spruce Award recipient, Brittany Bruno, to join us for the festivities. And thank you, Kevin. You look so short.
You're wearing Dad's raincoat.
Like Harry Potter took you and minimized you.
Perfect. There's actually 3 people in that raincoat.
Kevin is being humble. And this is our announcement for tonight. We just received a notice that we are a recipient of the CAFR Award.
Awesome.
So again, it's a Certificate of Achievement for Excellence in Financial Reporting. That's what our
Outstanding.
CAFR acronym stands for. So that means next month, Rita, who's our former Director of Finance, will be here to present it. And how ironic that Aaron Gold will also be here for the bond sale. So we will have 3 generations of finance directors. And Tammy LaFleur, who's accounts payable and payroll coordinator, she will also be in attendance. She'll have all 3 of her supervisors, former supervisors.
Pay for that for sure. Pay for that for sure.
Yes.
This is how many years in a row? I mean, it's
It's an annual event.
I believe it's since 2011.
yeah, that's great. That's phenomenal.
All right. So again, welcome, Mitch. You're coming in at a great time.
Big shoes, man.
Yeah, it's coming at a great time. Whoops. Something bled a little bit here graphically, but so this is outside of our Civic Center, right outside here. I know you may not have seen it because it was pretty dark when you walked in today, but there is a vision for the front of the building, and there were 2 trees that were very homely and sickly that were removed. And in its place, staff is putting down, as you can see, fresh sod, and there's a vision to create even more life out in the front of the face of our building. And we figure it's the administration building, and what better way to really infuse some new energy into it than to give it a facelift. So here you get a chance to see it. And actually, we were doing a lot of work too during the polling. This was a polling venue. And we were doing a lot of work so people had a chance to meet and greet a little bit of our park staff out in front and see that we were working hard.
Yep, looks great.
And actually, the polling numbers were at all-time highs. We had a lot of foot traffic inside this facility, which is pretty cool because a lot of brochures were handed out, a lot of registrations. People that hadn't been inside our facilities in years had a chance to check it out. So this is the Eastside Community Center parking lot. So for anybody that's watching here on TV, I encourage you to check it out. There's a lot of progress being made. You can see the curbing has just been filled in. Next. And the concrete's been laid, so these surfaces are going to be safe to walk on soon. But well, Mother Nature has not been on our side, and Jim will allude to that in his capital development report. So we need to get 40 degrees or warmer, and it just hasn't been in the last few weeks. So if we would have started earlier in the year, then we probably would be okay. But we had an RFP for demoing or for potentially selling one of the houses that we ended up demoing, and so it kind of really put us behind schedule. But the good news is that we have a plan B, and it will be spring. Will be when we do all of our plantings. We're going to do one coat of asphalt, probably on Friday.
Binder.
A binder, there you go. A binder layer, and then we will revisit this project in the springtime.
Can we put that back to the other one? For perspective, I saw this in the packet. Where is this?
That's looking back towards the corner, isn't it?
Looking
Well,
back towards the northeast corner?
Looking towards the northeast,
Okay.
it's the little white building, that's Kemp Hall back there.
Oh, so that's the northwest corner?
Northwest.
Northwest corner.
From the
Northwest
northeast.
From the northeast, okay.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, yeah, thank you.
Because I was like totally turned around. I was like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
wasn't sure.
This is where the big steel trellis structure will go, is they're
Okay.
working on the bases right there.
Okay,
That will be completed later this month or into next.
okay,
Yep.
thank you.
And then on this
Well, not later
northeast
this month.
corner over here is actually going to be where the area for the wedding pictures.
Yeah, the green area.
That'll all be landscaped and
But we are going to send a letter out to the neighbors so that way they know that, we haven't just halted the project completely, that, we're going to, definitely, we've got plans for spring to plant the trees. Right now, we can't get a warranty on any of the plantings if we were to do it now. We would hate to plant everything now and then have it disappointing. But last year at this time, it was beautiful. It was like 50 degrees for weeks on end. Drives Eric crazy, I know too. So here you see it, just up close and personal view of the curving and just how deep the layers are from where the rock. And this picture's important, not just because, there's smiling faces in it, but the gentleman on the far right, Gary Motika, has announced his retirement. He's been with the Park District since 2004. 16 years. And he will be at next month's board meeting. We'd like to acknowledge him for his
Awesome.
work. And we just hired his replacement, so there's some cross-training going on. He's our superintendent of facilities and trades. And moving right along, so what you're actually looking at is a big H on the piece on Earth. That's the H in Earth. Those letters are 12 feet tall. And it takes, so here we've got 6 of our guys, 8 hours to put up all the letters on the bridge. And
I
we
saw it
also
this
have-
morning. It looks good.
We have electric up there as well. And kudos to Eric and your crew. And this is the beauty of it at night. And thank you to the city of Batavia for your help with the electric department. And we know this will be a backdrop for many Christmas cards and Facebook pages. And we're just really proud that Batavia Park District can provide you with a landmark here in town. And it only stays up until the end of January. So make sure you get your pictures in now. And last but not least, I'd like to wish everybody a happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you.
There's a lot to be thankful for this year.
Yeah, there is.
That's a wrap.
Thank you.
Say I didn't need this.
All right. Next item on the agenda is presentations.
So next, I'd like to introduce Jeremy Ramirez. Jeremy's from Aspera. Aspera helps us with all our tech support and IT support. And Jeremy is a great reference with a lot of things when it comes to technology. And moving forward, he's been a great reference on just asking questions. So he's here right now just kind of give a State of the Union on Batavia Park District's tech.
Welcome.
Good evening, good to see you all. I don't have a lot for you, which is in a sense a good thing, but I think it's been a really good year since I saw you last year. A lot of the usual day-to-day small very fixed items. But the big one, the one item I do want to highlight, which is usually a Park District's a little bit of a sore spot or can be very aquatic centers and facilities during the summer, being as busy as they get with a lot of the people that do Hinesville form. This year's operations down there were very smooth. I'd like to thank my staff and the Batavia Park District staff. A lot of prep work went into preparing the quarry for opening day this year. And we did replace some equipment that was aging. We had a very smooth operating IT environment down there this year, which contributed to that, and very few service calls, which was nice to do. One item we are looking at with regard to that, as part of another item that we have is, we've talked about, is getting better internet connectivity down there. There's been a desire to have Wi-Fi or some sort of public internet access down there. We have been talking with staff and with new provider Metro to see what kind of fiber facilities that they can provide to us. And we've also talked about revisiting the city of Batavia, seeing if there's any other avenues to extend their fiber down there to integrate with our existing fiber network between the facilities that we have. So all in all, the quarry this year, which again is usually didn't have busy season, operations were very smooth. The rec staff, a lot of them helped us out quite a bit with the minor problems and staff training along the way. We are still working on and wrapping up the managed access between the different facilities. Peg bond, I know that Steve and staff are working on some procedures for rentals for the peg bond facility. We're still doing some east side work with the vendor to get some other systems onto the IT network, get those systems up and working. The vendor's still working with us and with partners staff to get that project started. Over the year, we did do a lot of network infrastructure upgrades. There's a lot of switching equipment that we have in the basements and putting ceiling tiles above in the various facilities that we went through and replaced to get things up to a little bit to the 21st century. Now we're going to be going back and looking at how we can upgrade our connectivity between those facilities and discussing with the city of Batavia some of the capabilities of upgrading the fiber connections that we have between the facilities. Right now, we haven't hit a bottleneck yet, but we start to rely more and more on technology. We're going to start seeing some of those problems start to come up. So we're trying to be a little bit proactive, talking with the city and seeing if we can do that for this connection. We are also wrapping up a long-awaited Wi-Fi access at the site community center. We're doing some final testing this week. We'll be hoping to have that live here and for advertisement next week. So visitors to Shannon Hall or in the community center or areas within that facility or surrounding facility that have access to that Wi-Fi access. We've also been talking with Metronet and Comcast. I think we're going to go to Metronet now to get fiber and Wi-Fi to the lodge, which has been a really big request. We're hoping to have that agreement finalized hopefully pretty soon here so that we can get on a construction schedule and hopefully have something live in the next couple of months, provided that weather cooperates with them getting their fiber in and conduit in, and obviously getting our agreements taken with that. As we wind it or get it more into the off season, we've had a lot of fun with the technology pieces and those projects this year. Then we're going to more boring items that we'll be working with staff on are going to start to come in this over the winter here. They'll be going back and reviewing some of the telecom services and some of those contracts and see what kind of pricing we're getting, reviewing what services that we may need to keep, and some additional services, or look at alternate vendors for pricing. Some of the other items we'll be looking at will be some of the updating policies and procedures for IT, talking about some breach or incident response plans for IT, along with disaster recovery, visiting disaster recovery, and some potential scenarios for those and updating all the documentation that we have as been updated. Also be going back and reviewing the tech plan and revisiting with the technology committee and technology needs or forecast needs over the next few years, looking at any kind of efficiencies that we can gain through technology constantly evolving, potential migrations for some pieces to the cloud, and therefore eliminating potential capital expenses, to do some analysis on some of those items. And then one big one that we've talked about, and I'm sure many folks here on a day-to-day basis on the news, will be information security awareness training for staff here. We've talked about, we've had incidents, we get a question in emails, wire some money, or a goofy phone call, staff walking into a facility that look like they know what they're doing. We're putting more formal process in place to kind of go through it and give staff awareness what to look for, when to question something, and then bringing it to a manager or somebody else's attention. So that'll be a big piece that we'll be looking to do for all staff members, and then periodically, either on a semi-annual or annual basis. We typically, I do it with other places on a semi-annual and all new hires, but we'll be putting some formalized documentation together. That's about all I have. Do you have any questions for me specific to technology? I know that summary staff reports over the year and you've seen some technology items. Otherwise, it's been a great year. I didn't get help before the board because things weren't working, which is always good.
Yeah, on the last piece that you were talking about, the phishing emails and things like that, I've found that one of the things that really helps people understand what to look for is to send out phishing yourself and then have automated responses if people do respond to them. Are you planning on doing anything like that? Because it's a real education to see an actual note, and then if somebody responds one way or the other, have an automated response that say, this is exactly what we should be looking out for, or nice job for sending this on to the spam, folder.
I've taken actually a step further. I was talking to Steve earlier that sent something out saying, hey, I'm calling from a particular vendor name. I have a link to, if I send this, give me your email, send this to me, I need to get in and get a patch applied to the system. And I can't tell you how many times it does work. And I was telling you, it's so easy to determine what systems are used by many entities, whether it's a park district or a municipality. You can go down to a municipality's bill page and go, oh, okay, this is Tyler Technologies, or hey, it's this XYZ company, all in claim to be a member of their support team. So it's actually happened. It happened in another district where somebody called in and asked for wire transfer for a bill, and they started to go through the process without, hey, you know what? Let me take a look at this. Where's your customer service number? Let me call you back. Didn't go out of his chest. So a lot of those examples will be part of that.
Good, yeah, because when you're going through your emails, everybody's just trying to get through their day, and there's so much stuff going on. It's really easy to not pay attention to an actual phishing email that comes through and click on something, and the next thing you know, your system's corrupted. So
they're crafted very well.
Yeah.
And as I mentioned, people have said, well, it's a park district, it's a small municipality. But those are the easy targets now, and that's where everybody's the easy targets to go after. So much information is available out there publicly, and it's real easy to craft a really convincing email. Well, okay, yeah, this sounds legit, and we click on this one, and get this action down really important check. So that's part of the reason that bringing this awareness to all of our clients. That's very good.
Technology secret shopper, I like that.
Yeah.
I like that. And
You're
Brock, I just want to give kudos to the staff. Brock, he's the one that's here. Tough to miss, the 6'7" guy. It's like a Bill football player. He came to one of our CCMs and kind of talked about social engineering, started getting people saying, hey, it doesn't look right, notify someone. It doesn't seem right, just ask somebody. Someone's walking in the building, who are you here to see? Just like little things, just try to help cut down on those, so.
We've even had phishing scams here where somebody had masked their email to make it look like it was me, asking staff for their personal cell numbers.
Yeah.
And
It's that easy.
the grammar was a little off, my grammar, totally different than what.
It wasn't crafted in a perfectly marketable way.
Precisely. But yeah, so, we're trying to stay really on our tiptoes with this because, we have experienced other phishing scams that are much worse than, people asking about wire transfers.
Sure.
So.
Any other questions?
Great report. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah, we're really excited that the focus is on, the Wi-Fi and getting it in all of our facilities, and then we can
Yeah.
really increase the managed access too.
Right.
All right.
I love that.
Next item on the agenda is 14A, Capital Development Plan Progress Report.
You could speak now, right?
You can speak now.
I wasn't supposed to answer that South Africa.
Yeah.
Not a good one?
No.
Okay. Allison alluded to probably our largest project that's rolling right now, and of course, that's the East Side Center parking lot. We have had a real fight with Mother Nature. The temperatures have not been what they should be. We have moisture in the ground. We do have frozen ground. They are going to be working tomorrow in order to get the stone base completed. And then on Friday, when it will be hopefully above 40 for a while, they will be putting the binder layer down on the entire lot and striping a portion of that then, and getting us ready to be able to park on a hard surface for the winter. They will
Is there
be
any
back-
sort of special plowing that has to happen with that binder layer down that isn't going to ruin anything?
No, we talked about that. We actually,
Okay.
Eric and I chatted, and then I asked a number of very good questions that he brought up, that his team brought up. The plowing part, not so much. We do have to be real careful with all the brand-new concrete and the ice melt products that we're using, so
Okay.
on the sidewalks and the stoops.
I actually prefer the binder to be down for an extended period of time, because then you can tell whether there's some areas that might have been soft that you didn't realize were
Those
soft.
spots and stuff.
And there
Fix
will
those
be,
in the spring,
yeah.
for sure.
We do have an allowance that we are going to have for next year that we will have to repair some places because there is going to be moisture in the soil and it's going to move come springtime and it's not going to be perfect. But then they will be putting down in hopefully May, early May, we will get the final course down and it will be completed. We do have to be very careful. We aren't going to be plowing the brick, the permeable paver brick strips that are on as part of several of those areas. We're just going to stay off of there. But we will obviously already have a lot more parking than we had this time last year. So we will be far and away better off. And again, kudos to the New Horizons staff and the rec staff who have been working very hard since October 1 in getting the kids in and out, and the parents who have been very patient with us while we've gone through this once in every 30-year project or whatever it is.
All at once.
All at once.
Right.
All at once. And this is just the first of like 3 years. So the East Side Center playground is moving along. They have been doing a lot of concrete work this week, getting areas ready for retaining walls. The concrete contractor is waiting for the really neat form liner to arrive from wherever they've ordered it that will create the stone, the limestone look of the face wall that will be facing Van Buren Street and holding back the playground. That will be the next thing to happen here by Monday. They hoped that they would be forming the wall with that stuff. It's going to really be cool to watch them do that and then pour it and then peel it all off and see what it looks like. That, again, won't be stained until the summertime. We have had to defer quite a few things to spring, mostly the planting in both the parking lot and the playground areas and the poured-in-place rubber surface. It's going to be in May as well. We had a fun meeting today talking about next year's playground projects already. That will be Jones Meadow Park and Memorial Park are both up for their 15-year playground renovations. We went through a lot of playground designs today and narrowed it down. We will be holding a public open house meeting on the 3rd of December from 6:30 to 8 p.m. down at the lodge. we encourage everybody to come down, whether you live in those neighborhoods or not, please come down and help us pick the equipment that is going to go into those two parks.
I would love for the park board, if you're available that night, to come down and visit.
It's a lot of fun to come.
Vote on your playground.
Monday night?
It's a Monday night, yeah.
Yep.
That was when we can.
I was there though.
And what time is it?
It's anywhere between 6:30 and 8 p.m.
And with Memorial Park, we really want to go with the patriotic theme, so we're going to try to keep it a theme park. A theme playground.
And the demolition down on River Street was supposed to have happened. We've had a bit of a delay in the permit process. There was information that we were unaware that we needed to provide, and have now provided that to the city, and hopefully our very patient contractor will be getting his permit soon. It's not as time sensitive as some of the other ones, as some of these other kinds of things. We'll be able to take down the houses and then restore the areas, so before the end of the year. So that'll be fun to watch too. And then we'll have 2 more open areas along the Fox River Trail and the river to enjoy. And any questions? Why? Otherwise?
And that's, I'm sorry, 6:30 to 8, you said? On the
6:30 to 8 p.m.
3rd, at the lodge.
At the lot.
6:30, okay. Sorry, just put it on my calendar. Any other questions, comments? All right, busy season. Next item on the agenda is 14B, which is the approval of ordinance number 379 to amend the budget and appropriations ordinance number 374. Due to the properties purchased this year, the Park District needs to amend its 2018 Capital Development Fund budget. At the time of the adoption of the 2018 budget, there were expenses that were not anticipated, and they're large enough to affect the budget appropriations ordinance. These funds spent were out of the donation from a benefactor, so there is no implication to our property tax levy, operating budget, or unrestricted capital dollars. And this is in no way an indication of poor budget management but is solely due to the Park District spending the endowment funds in the way they were intended. So I entertain a motion.
We spoke about this last month, right?
Correct.
Could we just rehash why we spoke about it last month and this month, just to make sure that folks aren't confused with what we're trying to do?
Absolutely. So because we're a public entity, any expenses we made need to be part of our appropriation ordinance with the county every year. We received a large donation towards the end of the year last year for the express purpose of purchasing and maintaining open space. A couple opportunities came up that we were able to capitalize on this year, but because they were unplanned, they weren't accounted for in our appropriation ordinance, so this is a legal procedure to amend that original ordinance and make sure we're in compliance with the law, essentially. This doesn't have anything, because it was a donation, it doesn't have anything to do with tax dollars or our operating budget. It was just one of those extraordinary situations that happens, and we put this out last month for a period of public inspection, and this is the board's opportunity to vote on it.
Thank you.
So I entertain a motion.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Dorsey. Any further discussion?
I would just say this is the legacy of Phil Elstrom. He could have bought the land for us directly, but his bequest bought it, and because it runs through the books, we have to do this.
Okay, thanks for the
It's
clarification.
important to know it's-
And it's always a 2-month process that we go through in situations like this, right? So,
Well said.
Thank you, Phil. So I have a motion and a second on the floor. No further discussion. Please call the roll.
Tillman?
aye.
Dorsey?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Gray? Callahan?
Aye, motion carries. Next item on the agenda is 15A, approval of ordinance number 380, levying assessment and collection of taxes. Staff recommends to increase the aggregate tax levy by 3.6 to capture the new EAV and to increase the and the increase in the consumer price index. The final calculated increase will likely be limited by the approximately 2.1, when the county clerk applies limitations established by the property tax extension limitation law. A truth in taxation hearing is not necessary because the 2018 aggregate levy does not exceed the 2017 aggregate extension by more than 5%. So I entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 380, levying assessment and collection of taxes as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Curveball. It's a motion by Tillman. Gray. Any further discussion? Please call the roll.
Tillman?
Aye.
Gray?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Dorsey?
Aye.
Callahan?
Aye, motion carries. Next on the agenda is approval of ordinance number 381, requesting a transfer of certain parcels of real estate from the city of Batavia pursuant to the Local Government Property Transfer Act. So I entertain a motion to approve ordinance number 381 as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. Any further discussion?
Yes, I'm confused as exactly where this was. I know the general area, but can you point me a bit more specific?
Sure. So this is essentially a parking lot swap with the city of Batavia for the Civic Center parking lot, which encompasses behind the Civic Center building and to the west of the Civic Center building. And then so we would acquire that property, and then we would give up essentially the property by Andre's Restaurant. There are 23 parking spaces that face the Fox River.
Oh, yeah, okay.
And they're individual parking spaces, so it's not even the entire lot, it's just spaces along the Fox River Trail. So we would still own that portion of the trail. It would just be the parking spaces that we would be giving to the city, because eventually the city has plans to put a parking deck down there.
Okay. That was the part that was confusing me, is
Why they would want that.
no, that area, just, I got it now.
It was all as a result of the original railroad right-of-way that was deeded to us when
By Phil.
the trail went right through there. And
Okay.
We've owned that strip of parking spaces down there since the 70s, and it's never...
No use.
We've just, yeah.
And we would actually be grateful to give that up, because there are people that park overnight there,
Right.
and people that have flat tires whose cars are there. We don't want to be in the business of maintaining the parking lot there.
Okay, cool. Thank you.
Yeah, it's a weird spot, so.
Call the roll.
Oh, that's right. Tillman?
Aye.
Gray?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Dorsey?
Aye.
And Callahan?
Aye, motion carries. So next item on the agenda is 251.
It
Okay.
complements to,
Right, so they're part and parcel to each other, okay. I entertain a motion to approve resolution number 251, authorizing a transfer between Batavia Park District and the city of Batavia as presented.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. No further discussion, please call the roll.
Tillman?
Aye.
Gray?
Aye.
Riley?
Aye.
Dorsey? And Callahan?
Aye, motion carries. Next on my agenda is Fox Valley Special Rec. Any
No, they
updates?
just had their Northern Nights Tree Lights celebration last Friday. So, and next week is actually the special board meeting, so we'll find out how much money was raised.
Awesome. Any update on Batavia Parks Foundation?
We are still, don't we have to put together a thing because they want to meet with us? So if we want to meet this year, I mean, time's getting kind of tight.
Yeah, they're talking about they want to...
Oh, joint meeting?
Yes.
Yeah, they want to
So I can put together a doodle poll.
Nice.
Yeah, can we do that? It probably would end up being either later or early December or next year. So
Okay.
I would just target the first week or so of December and then shoot it past the first of the year. Let's get some dates, get a date on the calendar.
Sure.
All right. So next item on the agenda is executive session. So I entertain a motion to enter into executive session to discuss leasing property and land acquisition 2C5 under the Illinois Open Meetings Act.
So moved.
Second.
Motion by Tillman, second by Gray. All those in favor, signify by roll call. Call the roll, please.
Who is the person?
Me there.
Same.
Okay. Tillman?
Aye.
Gray? Aye. Riley?
Aye.
Dorsey?
Aye.
Kelly?
Aye, motion carries. So we're going to executive session, and we do not anticipate any action when we come out, so we will see you in December. Thanks very much for joining us.